We're happy, we're proud to contribute to the country's energy infrastructure development, and also recently to energy transition story of the country as well.
Hello everybody, and a warm welcome back to another episode of Energy Frontiers, brought to you from Baku. Today we're looking back through Azerbaijan's energy archives with one of its longest standing international partners, BP. Having operated in the country for more than 30 years, we asked BP's Caspienne vice president, what does the future hold as the country increasingly moves to a decarbonised portfolio? But first, here's a quick look of how it all began for BP. BP first opened for business in Baku in 1992. 2 years later, a landmark production sharing agreement for the Azeri Chirag deepwater Ganashli oil field, better known as the contract of the century, was signed between the government of Azerbaijan, BP and its partners. More agreements soon followed, amongst them the Shah Deniz gas condensate field in the Caspian Sea. By 1997, BP's first oil was produced from the Chirag platform, and in 2006, the Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan pipeline carried crude to the Mediterranean. 2 years later, gas began flowing through the South Caucasus pipeline, and by 2018, the inauguration of the Southern Gas Corridor linked Azerbaijan's resources straight to Europe. In recent years, BP and Azerbaijan's state energy company SOCAR have deepened their cooperation, collaborating on renewables, solar and low-carbon opportunities in line with the nation's net zero ambitions. And with decades of partnership and progress behind them, BP is keen to have a legacy that reaches beyond upstream and extends to uplifting communities across Azerbaijan. Dr. Bakhtiyar, it's wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thank you very much for inviting.
BP was one of the main architects of the contract of the century. And of course, you're still the largest foreign investor in Azerbaijan today. You have an amazing 30-year history so far with the country. But as it looks towards the energy transition, how do you see the next 30 years?
Let me first start with the fact that the true architect of the contract of the century is Azerbaijan itself. And to be more precise, the national leader, Heydar Aliyev. That was his leadership vision that created all the following processes and everything, all the biggest achievements, all the big milestones that we achieved together. It's just the result of his foresight politics. And we're one of the first companies who came to Azerbaijan right after the restoration of the independence, early in 1992. And since then, we always are very proud of the trust of the government who trusted the operatorship of the two very major strategic assets of the country, but also always felt that responsibility. If you look back, that journey is really, truly remarkable. The numbers tell the powerful stories. It's about 4.5 billion barrels of ACG oil, 257 billion cubic meters of Shah Deniz gas. It's about more than 6,000 tankers from Ceyhan to the world markets. It's basically the energy that the world needed. We're happy to supply from the Caspian. In addition to hydrocarbon projects that we jointly developed with the government, with SOCAR, with other partners, we're really proud of our new solar energy project in the region.
You referenced the Shafag solar project. Let me ask you about that, because it's the first large-scale renewable project that BP has had here in Azerbaijan. You've called it world-class, but if we look around the world, similar projects of its kind are stalling or even being delayed, facing off-take bottlenecks or financing challenges. What guarantees do you have that this flagship project will go to plan?
We're jointly developing the Shafag project, and the virtual power transfer project is basically about developing 240 megawatt of the solar energy in Jabrail region, and then handing over that energy to national grid, and then getting about the same equivalent of the electricity in Sangachal terminal to electrify Sangachal terminals. If you also think about that cycle, the hydro energy company, part of the revenues generated from hydrocarbon business invested into the solar farm, and the solar electricity generated in that farm redirected to the electrification of the Sangachal terminal, which in turn decreases the emission by 50% over the future life. At the peak of the project, we'll have about 400 jobs on the site. And for future, we believe that this model itself could be a great model to use for other projects as well.
BP's ongoing upstream exploration and production side of things is no secret here in the Caspian blocks. But how does that marry, how does that sit with Azerbaijan's decarbonisation strategy and you as a green growth partner going forward?
That's a great question. This is exactly what our strategy is all about. We continue operating the mature fields like ACG under the contract of the century and Shah Deniz. But at the same time, we are talking to the government, to the Minister of Energy, to SOCAR and other parts of the government about the new projects. Recently, we signed a new agreement for the development of NAC project, non-associated gas under the ACG. We're already expecting first gas very soon. Shah Deniz compression, this is another $2.9 billion project, a capex project. Basically, that would help us to keep our Shah Deniz gas production at the top, and that should enable us to bring more gas from Shah Deniz field to the world markets. It's also about the Karabakh field, new oil field, new contract that we signed last summer.
BP is keen to leave a legacy in Azerbaijan that extends beyond barrels, beyond megawatts, beyond partnerships. So tell me more about the app that you've co-developed, and it covers everything from sign language to meditation. Skeptics might say it's a left field move for an oil major to be doing this. So why the app and why now?
They've always tried to contribute to the society, social development of the society. We're trying to invest into education, environment, enterprise development, in promoting of the rich cultural heritage of the country, supporting sport activities. So that was part of the CSR activities. And recently that the sign, that the SPEV would develop together with partners an application that would help to achieve more inclusive society. Or recently we had a presentation of the textbooks, international textbooks, translated into Azerbaijan, and we delivered that to universities. At the same time, we're paying quite a serious attention on environmental projects. So the tree planting activities, reforestation activities, water neutrality type of the projects, and always the cultural heritage.
Dr. Bakhtiyar, we have to leave our conversation there, but thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much. Pleasure is mine.
Thank you. Well, that's all we have time for in this episode of Energy Frontiers, brought to you from our studio in Baku, Azerbaijan. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And for more shows like it, just head to Euronews.com. I'll see you soon.